strong as a piece of amber.
Welcome back, everyone. As we are finally getting back into the game, we see another Waylay hover. It's not happening, dog. We see the same exact draft for the defending team, which is AAIV, if I remember correctly. And now we get the attackers draft, which is even more aggressive. We see, okay, no, they're going to calm down. So that's two duelists with the Jet and the Phoenix, which is really interesting on Lotus. And then we're going to see the Vise for some good lockdown. We're going to see Brimstone for some good smokes. And Gecko, probably my favorite initiator out, which is also going to do really good in the open space of Lotus. So, yeah, now I'm really interested to see how this game is going to play out now that we finally get to see the agent select.
Yeah, it seems like the attackers have more of a balanced comp that they could draw out. The defending comp without an initiator, I don't know how that balance would work out. Interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of interesting, especially on, I feel like it's just going to have to be pure aggression. Like you could think that on attacking side that the Euro might try to lurk and maybe that will hold flanks, but I mean, it's a little difficult. Lotus isn't, it's not as easy to get flanked on Lotus as long as you have people on all three sites, but it doesn't feel good to not have a Sentinel. So I feel like KSA is really going to have the advantage, at least in team comp, but maybe AAIV, they can just outgun them with pure malice and aggression.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what kind of plays they'll come up with, what kind of aggression they come up with, what kind of defense they come up with. I'm excited to see how this game plays out.
Yeah, right now we see KSA starting to stack into what looks like a basic default with the Spike hovering towards C. And now we're going to see that lone Sage holding on to C, so we might see something aggressive mid as we're just going to straight up swing. And
oh my.
Bob Tickles is immediately going to get the best of EGN, and now that's a man advantage for KSA. Wow. Now they're just going to slowly creep up. That Spike is still towards C. I believe they hear the Sage. Now they're just going to back off. They have plenty of time. Minute 16 left. Grab some ult orbs. So now Dr. Dre is going to get a little aggressive, and Bob Tickles is there again, showing them how to duelist, as now it looks like they're going to commit to this A hit as everyone's running over.
Go get him.
Going on to A side. Looks like they're starting to go on to the side. We have Raze and then Sage coming over to A side to help. Oh, unfortunate for Raze. Just got picked off right off there. We'll see.
Spike planted.
Yeah. Sage and Omen left on A.
One enemy remaining.
They're going to get sniffed out immediately, and now it's just down to Obliterator. Do a Battle Sage maybe coming out, but what can you do against a 1v5? It is a pistol round, so there's no real point in saving, but it is a tall ask to clutch up a 1v5 in this situation. Now they're going to drop, they're going to hear, and immediately tries to swing.
Ooh, gets one.
He's going to get the best of that on the duel, but T1 is going to take out Obliterator to give KSA first round.
Unfortunate, but hopefully by the end of the next round, we'll see another AIV. It looks like KSA is doing a very slow push while AIV is being very aggressive on their defense.
Yeah, and I mean, AIV kind of has to be aggressive because they don't have anything to get information. They don't have any initiators. And as soon as Rejuin went down, that kind of was just a massive hole in their entire composition. So they really got to get aggressive and try to execute. KSA, they played it right. They just kind of went slow. There's nothing they can do to really find you or find where you are. So if they don't see you, they just have to stay guessing. And guessing is what they're going to do, as AAV has 4 stacked on the A side.
Avoids the flash. Chamber slowly creeping up onto C. Looks like twice about
might beat this. Oh, he whips!
Oh, no!
Oh, that's unfortunate for Rejuin, and 2ice is going to feel really good about that, as now it looks like they're going to rotate. Looks like B, they took up a lot of space, but they're going to back out. Again, don't have to go too far. All of AAIV is over-rotating onto C and B. And that leaves A open once again, but are they going to expect this Euro to be so far up with this Bucky?
This might catch a surprise. Here we go. Oh, gets one.
Isn't able to get the second, but that was still, they did a dent, but it is still a 4v3. 4v2 as Bob Tickles is just running through AIV right now.
One enemy remaining.
Duelist right now with Sage going down. All the stuff is raised. Flashed. Can't do anything.
There's nowhere to
Reloading. Oh no. Unfortunate.
Wow, Bob is really going off right now, showing them how it's done. And AIV is kind of struggling right now. I mean, rightfully so. They don't have an initiator. They don't have any way to get information. We said it before. it's going to be really difficult. You kind of just have to rely on pure 1v1s and gunplay, but that was a bonus. Now AAIV is going to be able to have a better buy. Not the best, as they did kind of force in the previous round.
But we'll see some kind of chance that AIV could come back from this.
Yeah, so they do have a good buy. They have rifles, they have some half shields, so they should have the superior gun advantage. But it looks like I think we see a timeout right now. It might be a technical issue. It is. It's just a audio issue. So right now everyone's just going to try to see what they can do, get their bearings straight, and AIV, it's a tall order right now.
Yeah.
But this is their chance to come back to it.
This is. With this timeout, they could have a time to just come back, think of new tactics. With that initiator, I feel like having that kind of like plan to find some information, at least some, with the chamber, I think it could have an advantage over this game. But with Lotus having 3 sites, chamber is not going to be enough to have enough information on either.
Yeah, you kind of just have to get information by just looking at them,
Exactly.
peeking your head out. But, I mean, that's a little scary to do because right now, look at their eco. If AIV don't manage to win this, which hopefully they do with the superior buy, but if they don't, that is going to be really bad. Their bank is going to be broken, and that is a chance for KSA to really run away with this half. So it looks like we're going to see some aggression from KSA as well, as it looks like we see a full stack A or B, so they might be prepared for this. They might just hit mid extremely fast, and that's what it looks like what they're going to do. They're going to move up slowly, try to catch someone peeking out on B.
Chambers there, so we got some information flashed onto the site.
Yeah, and now all the site is taken, but as Bob is going to fly out of this, and he is going to get Obliterator down. But Rijian on the other side does win out on that trade. Rise.
Oh, gets one, gets another.
Now it's going to be a 3v3, as the bomb has yet to go down, I believe. Actually, no, it has gone down. So now it's just a battle for time. Is AAIV going to be able to get something done here?
AIV on site now.
Oh, they
trying
don't
to
know
get some
Dr. Dre's there.
One enemy
Zero
remaining.
experience.
Flashed
Last
on.
player
What?
standing.
And he's able to get it.
Nice.
That is exactly what AIV needed. They are able to clutch out the round. Yes, they are able to clutch out the round, but look at the econ. Everyone but Dr. Dre died, so that is going to be a really busted econ on this next round, only coming in with one feasible Vandal, or maybe a few. They are going to stack it up there. They were able to get just enough. Broken by for some, but KSA are going to have the superior buy here. At least they should, in theory.
This game right now, AIV seeing some light of hope after that round win. I feel like right now what they're trying to do is try to get enough wins on their defense to have that full offense without the initiator build. So hopefully their plan is to just try to get at least a few wins on the defense so they could just hash it out in the tactics.
Yeah, and right now it looks like KSA are going to play really slow, try to go for a default, maybe just get picks. They know AIV has to kind of walk into them. At least, well, not necessarily. AIV can just sit still, but then they're subject to a massive hit. Right now, it looks like Bob is actually going to start pushing up, breaking signature on B, just getting out of there. Pulling a lot of AIV towards B, but it's going to go back to default for now. But Bob is going to pop the run it back. See if he can get a pick. He's going to clear out most of site, actually. And now all of AIV is just kind of holed up in B as the site is just taken just like that by KSA.
Easily.
Yeah. Plan is down. No one wants to mess with Bob. And now it's a 5v5 retake.
It's going to be hard.
It is going to be difficult, especially where the bomb is planted, but it looks like KSA are going to try to play off-site. I don't know if the Sage Wall is still an option for AIV. It might have been used previously. But if not, that could be something for someone to stick to the plant. But Rijian is going to get caught there, and it's a bloodbath as soon as the bomb gets tapped.
Last player
Oh, Obliterator!
Oh my goodness!
No one expected him to just swing out like that. Both members of KSA were stuck reloading, and then Obliterator just says, no, stick it. I'll just swing out on them, and that's exactly what he does.
They caught them with their pants down. They can't do anything about that.
Yeah, and now it's tied up 2v2, and this is exactly what AIV needed. And now this could go any way. It looked scary. It looked like KSA could take the momentum, But now KSA, they got to be thinking, what do we do from here? The pies are broken for both of them. Every single round, every team is forcing.
I do like KSA's playstyle, playing it slow in the beginning, and once they're sure they can take a site, they rush to that site immediately. I love that playstyle. It's just so forced, so just putting pressure on the other team. And we see another C push again.
Oh, EGN almost found ahead, but he wasn't able to there, as now KSA are going to push up, but they should know that a lot of KSA are playing on this C side, so maybe they could try to lurk up and get a flank. We'll have to work through some buy utility there. But it's also an option to just hit that door. They don't have to commit to C. Now AAIV is starting to stack C, so if they do commit to this, this will be a bloodbath. But we'll see. Everyone's just waiting, taking their time.
Checking the peak, trying to see a singular chance to get a kill. With that one kill, they just have that entire advantage onto that side. Looks like they're pushing in.
Yeah, this is really scary though, because the showstopper is popped. Lemmicky does only get one. He didn't fire it into the crowd because he was blind. But then Rejuan is able to find multiple shots. And now it's just down to this Vise. Are they going to be able to get it done? Probably not. That is a 1v5 with nothing but a classic and a prayer. Not much you can do about that. Swing in, try to get the right click, but not going to be able to do it at all. Flawless round for AAIV.
I actually liked AAIV's play right there. While they kept one at A just to make sure nobody rotates, they stacked it on C and tried to get every chance to get that one kill. With that one kill, it was just a complete bloodbath, and they were able to take that site with no KSA members even stepping onto C. So I'm really enjoying AAIV's plays right now.
Yeah, and now look at the ultimates available for AAIV. There are two on the side of KSA as well. That Thrash could be very useful for KSA to be able to claw back, but it's going to look like a heavy task. We're going to deal with some crazy aggression mid here. I don't know if Rejuan is going to be ready for this. In 5, but he is able to get one and teleport out. That's all he needed. He's going to pull back out with a kill for free. It's not KSA. They're scrambling towards A, trying to find something, but this Euro, Dr. J, was able to take a lot of space.
Nice pushed up. He's trying to get a kill with that flash. He's going to get one. Maybe. They're all blood one. Oh, he only gets one.
Couldn't find the spray. He did get one that is pretty good, as now Stroud is extremely low. Now KSA fighting for their life right now, but one shot will do it for two of them. The Mickey's holding the angle. He might be able to get both of them. Good spray. Just like that, KSA falls under the aggression of AAIV.
JJ's push right there just solidifies AAIV's win. Injuring 2, killing 1. That was such a good comeback that AAIV needed. And right now with AAIV in the lead with 4 and 2, I'm excited to see more plays like that, with just slowly creeping up on either side, making sure the rotates don't happen. And with this, we saw KSA trying to get for B, rotate to A, but with Dre on that side, they just couldn't really rotate as well.
Yeah, and something interesting is Dr. Dre has been playing A and throwing a teleport back, and then just kind of playing up. And we're going to see really big hit onto A, as KSA are going to avoid paint shells for now. But Dr. J is going to pop the dimensional drift. Might just pop up in the middle of them. He knows they're all right there. KSA, they're kind of they're pincered right now. They're surrounded from all sides. There's nowhere to go.
They have to make a push right now, or they're going to get pincered on both sides currently.
Yeah.
Phoenix trying to go in.
Trying to, but everyone's holding an angle right now. AAIV, they're just kind of holding crossfires right now. They don't want to try to give them an individual gunfight. It's right now. That looks scary. The Steel Garden is going to be popped.
Finishing up right now. AAIV did not get that good pincer. They waited way too long. Now that they're on site, KSA has that advantage. Oh! Does not finally make it with that Jordy.
Oh, the Mickey! Oh! He gets 3 back-to-back. Only Colin's able to stop him, but at what cost? He's not going to be able to do in time. Only a Sheriff and 28 HP. That's not what you want to be peeking out into. And that was absolutely massive. The Steel Garden went down, and it looked like T1 tried to take the side. I don't think he cleared out Lemmicky, and he was just sitting there with the shorty.
He did not.
He got one, and then once he got his primary out, he just mowed down 2. It's absolutely massive for AAIV.
Huge for AAIV. Now that they're a 5-2
I
lead,
would have to work today.
they can sit more comfortably with that. So, like, their currency right now is so high. the timeout going in, looks like KSA needs to start finding different tactics.
Yeah, I mean, nothing's really working right now. They got the first 2 rounds, which is pretty good, but once AAIV were able to find an eco or find their economy, it just was just kind of they just punched through them time and time again. It didn't matter if KSA went slow and methodical or if they tried to push through them. It's really, really rough for KSA right now, and it's going to be even rougher because right now AAIV are really cycling their ultimates well. Every single round, they have at least 2 ultimates available, probably just from the sheer amount of kills and orbs they're getting right now, but it's just a constant uphill battle for KSA.
I don't know, KSA right now has to find a different tactic, has to find some different plan to get on site, to find that rotate, because AAIV is just catching them with their pants down every single time, with Lamicki just sitting in the back corner, able to get a kill and then just 2 right off the bat after that. Or when Dre was just sitting back in A, when they try to rotate onto A, Dre just cut him off with their pants down too. So I'm just excited what kind of playstyles that they'll have to incorporate for now.
Yeah, I think right now what KSA also wants to do is they just want to try to get some rounds off of AAIV because they do have a pretty good defensive comp. They have an initiator to get information, where AAIV don't have an initiator, and you don't want to be walking into a Vise with no information about where they are playing. So maybe KSA can just try to get a few, but it's going to be difficult as Ragerin, I don't know if they spot that he has an op, but he spots them jump peeking. Now everyone's just going to play slow. Default, KSA don't want to lose another round. Then things will really get out of control.
Looks like they're doing a little tight little B push right now. They're trying to spread out.
Joke's over!
Yeah,
You're
they
dead!
pushed up on A.
Look at Bob, just straight in, pops to run it back, and he's immediately taking space onto B, but
Careful now.
they're holding that connect, so no one's really going to be able to follow him. But all of C is completely open. AAIV, they completely fell for it, as Rijuan also got picked off, so now that should be a free plant for KSA. This is exactly what they wanted. So now AAIV, they're going to have to try to take back this site with the man disadvantage. Bob is going to mow down another.
Gets that pick, but Lamicki counters that.
Yeah, that was really funny. It looked like he was trying to grab him with Thrash, but Lamicki was too high and then just mowed down the team. So now it's even, back to a 3v3. Colin's going to get found out, but Stroud is going to trade out Dre.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, the spray
Bob.
transfer is clean. Bob is ridiculous right now.
Oh my god.
KSA found the round they needed after that timeout. And that was after AAIV committed to an op. So that actually's got to feel pretty good. AAIV still has money to spare because they won multiple rounds back to back to back. But that is the stop to the momentum that you wanted to see from KSA.
With Bob Tickles, that play at B made the entire team from AAIV run to B, which left C completely empty. And that was an amazing plan because KSA was able to just pounce on that C, get the plant, and be able to hold down that site for that round win.
Yeah, now it looks like we're going to see more aggression towards B, but the rest of KSA is just going to kind of play back right now. No one is showing any presence A, so there's going to be rotates pulled onto B. We're going to see some aggression. If someone sprays through the smoke, things can get nasty, but it's just going to be a standoff right here as people are holding their angles.
3 on B right now. They try to push B, that might end up backfiring on them currently.
Yeah, right now I'm a little confused because KSA, right now, they're not getting too much information. It just feels like Bob Tickles is throwing a lot of util B and trying to see if they fight, but AAIV, it happened last time. They should know better by now. So AAIV, they're just standing strong.
Yeah, with the little small push from Bob that Tickles.
Ooh, and look where the spike is going. They're about to push into this op. It looks like they're sending 5 there. He is alone. Will we be able to find the shot? Is that a greedy angle right here?
Chamber with that op.
He finds one, and he's out. And now that's exactly what AAIV needed, as they're going to start rotating onto A. KSA doesn't really have a lot of time. They could spray through the door and try to transfer to B. Looks like that might be the play. They're going to go right into Luiniverse. So it's going to be a bloodbath right here as they're all blind.
1, 2. You find the 3?
Ooh, he's waiting for his teammates to get there, but that is exactly what they needed. KSA, they only have 13 seconds. They're pincered in. There's nowhere to go as the Mickey and Luiniverse just absolutely mow them down.
That flash, that blind was amazing play. All 4 of them caught their pants down and they just got pincered. That's a really good play from AAIV.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate for KSA because they pushed into the op. got one of them got picked off, and then they tried to force into this choke point onto B, but Luniverse was there with the paranoia, so they ended up just getting stuck between a rock and a hard place. There's nowhere for them to go, and now they're on a broken buy. They really got to consider their options, maybe try to get in a death ball. It looks like they're just going to leave Spike and spawn and try to play some type of aggressive default here. Pushing some people up mid, maybe try to get something B, but it's going to be difficult.
B's a very hard site to push, but with the amount of sauces they have, very good spot for them.
Oh!
With Dre getting 3!
Dre just absolutely calls them out on it. It says, no, you guys are going to get aggressive, but you guys don't have the guns to show that aggression. It's just going to take a long angle and win out on that duel with the Vando any day. As now it's a 5v2. And now it's up to T1 and this Gecko, and there's nothing really they can do about it. They could try to get an isolated 1v1, but AAIV, they are going to give them one. He's going to get traded out immediately.
Spike
and
down
Trice
B.
is going to get Dr. Dre. That means there is going to be an op in his hands. Or, no, that was Ryujin we went to. I kind of cursed him right there. The op
got to shut down.
The op was not in his hands, he was in the op's sights. Very unfortunate for him. But yeah, he wasn't even able to sneak away with the rifle there. So now KSA is really going to have to commit most of their eco here to get this full buy. They really want to win this. And that is 2 ops in the hands of AAIV right now. Dr. J and Ryujin, both characters who can teleport out of danger, so they can get a pick and then they're gone just like that.
That's going to be a very hard push for KSA right now with the 2 ops blocking down both sides.
They are going to blind Ryujin, and Bob is going to start taking up space. He's taken most of main here, but now is AIV going to bite? Very far. Is he going to try to get something through the smoke? It's possible. As he is going to spot out Luniverse with his back turned. That's exactly what they needed, and now he's going to pop the run it back and burst on the site. He's going to get sniped out by Ryujin, but now Stroud is going to find Mickey. Is it going to work out? He gets the clone. Obliterator gets the res through all the chaos. Now it's back to a 5v1. AAIV just mowing them down. T1 can't even get the flank. They know he's there now. Paranoia. He's left spraying into the darkness. And that was absolutely curtains for KSA. It looked so good at first. Bob was able to get so much space. Stroud popped onto site. But then immediately after that, no one was able to follow up. They got traded out. Obliterator was able to get his res off. And it ended up going from what was a first blood for KSA, went to a flawless for AAIV.
This is a blood massacre with AAIV with 2 ops. It seems like it's just a struggle uphill for KSA right now. They're just trying to find that little glimmer of hope if they can get 1 or 2 one op kill. Right now, every kill matters at this point, and with KSA, with a lower gun, with lower money, I don't know how they're going to pull this one off.
Yeah, and they're going to push it to another op. They really want to get this round so they can at least go into the next half with force. That is going to be the Thrash pop to try to force this hero out, but he's going to teleport right out. The Thrash gets nothing, and now they're all running on to C. They got to push through this wall. That's going to buy time for AIV to rotate. Gecko is running into this right now. Poor guy, the Steel Guard is going to go down, so now KSA, they're throwing everything and the kitchen sink out. Stroud is going to swing around with this judge, and Dr. Dre on the high ground with the op is going to be able to find someone.
And on C, looks like now they have taken C. Their AIV is trying to play take back.
Yeah, now this is a full 5v5 AIV. They are tagged up, but Bob isn't going to peek into this op. He's not, but he's full blind, and Obliterator is going to get him. And now it's down to a 5v4. As now Obliterator gets 2.
God.
Talk about a battle sage. He's running through them, and now Stroud is going to try to get something with the judge, but he's not going to be able to. It's left down to T1. He's going to get 1. Is he going to be able to do this? He's with time. Wait for his cooldowns. He gets 1, but he isn't able to get the ace. Do they have time to get the bomb? It seems like they might. I can't. Oh, it's close, but I think he is going to get it. Yeah, and that's 9-3 for AAIV with 0.04 seconds left. AAIV dominated that entire half.
KSA was so close to clutching that round. If Vice just got that last kill, maybe just played for a little bit more time, they would have won.
Yeah.
But, oh, unfortunate. That was such an unfortunate. Now with this switch, I'm interested to see what their plays now.
Yeah, I mean, you have heard of the 9-3 curse. This is in fact 9-3, so anything is possible. And we do know that AAIV, they don't have an initiator, so this might be difficult to attack with for them. So maybe this is KSA's chance to kind of turn this around, but we'll have to see, because right now AAIV have been absolutely running through them, especially Lamicki and Obliterator.
Hopes are down, but we see a glimmer of hope with this half. Seems like AAIV is pretty spread out in their attack. Oh, with a push-up from Bob. Bob Tickles with the flash?
Yeah, he tried to throw the fancy flash to blind around the corner further out from you, so it only half blinds you, but full blinds them. But everyone was more wise than that. They weren't going to peek that. But right now, it looks like AIV, they're taking up some space A main, trying to pull KSA around the map. Looks like it's sort of working. But right now, everyone's really far up. Oh my gosh, Bob just snuck right through that smoke. No one was looking at him, and he sees the bomb too. So now he has information that the bomb was mid. He's going to get more aggressive too. He's going to swing straight onto them. He wants blood.
He's pushing up with blood in his eyes. Looks like KSA AIV is pushing onto A right now.
Yeah, Colin wasn't ready for all those members of AIV to swing into that garage. So now they're going to get the bomb down onto A.
4v4.
Spike planted.
And now Lamicki gonna hope someone's gonna peek onto him.
Twice.
He's gonna get one. He's gonna get Bob, which is really good. So now
3v3
paint shells are
situation.
thrown. Yeah, it's down to a 3v3.
See someone down there. Twice.
Oh no! Lamicki!
Lamicki with the ace.
Is he gonna go for the ace?
My blind
He
is dead.
could go for it. T1 wants to try to get something. There's no reason to save here, really. Is he gonna be able to? I think they're gonna. I think he spotted him right before the smoke went down.
They know his position.
No, I don't think they do.
Lamicki.
He didn't have he had the knife out. That's an ace for Lamicki. AAIV is showing KSA how it's done.
With that ace,
That's a
Lamicki's just
20 bomb
obliterating
right
the
now.
other team right now. Oh my goodness.
No one is even close to him. The closest is Bob with 12 kills right now. Lamicki is popping off 20 and 6.
He buys a Phantom with a full shield right now.
Dog, he's at 6 out of 8 ult points. He could get the showstopper this round if he really wants to. I mean, there's not really any need to use it, as KSA, they're not gonna have a lot of money to work with. Might try to get something cheeky with the Marshall, try to find someone with no shield, but it's gonna be a tough task.
With Grim only watching A, it might be hard with a full Phantom running down A currently.
Yeah, right now Lamicki is just gonna take that superior gun advantage and just kind of peek out onto them, dare them to swing onto him. He's gonna take up A main by himself. Bob gonna get aggressive mid. Thinks about throwing a flash, but no one's there. So now it's just default. Right now, all of AIV are stacking onto A, and KSA, they're left scrambling. They're trying to get there fast. Colin is not gonna be able to find one. Glitter is gonna be able to heal himself back up. But some members of KSA are here. Are they going to be able to try to delay this plant? He's going to swing out. He's going to take the Phantom, which is going to be massive.
Gets two.
Bob is going to swing out, get
Spike
two.
down A.
Could swing on the garage and get a third.
Gets
He
three.
does. Absolutely massive. Bob just takes the Phantom right out of his hands and says, no, let me cook.
Oh my goodness.
And now they have bomb on A, and it's left up to Ryujin.
So you're just trying to get that cheese play with that little unfortunate foul over with that Marshall headshot.
Now, that's really big for KSA. That's a thrifty round. That's a free Phantom in the hands of Bob Tickles. And now, AIV, their econ is going to be pretty busted because they forced a little bit there. So they're going to have to go for a save here, as KSA now has basically a full buy right now. This is KSA's point to get back in the game. This could be their turning point.
This really could be right now with their loaded loadout right now. I'm really excited what they can pull off. They've been getting stomped on by AAIV, but with this gun advantage, I'm really hoping to see some kind of comeback that KSA can have.
Yeah, right now they're just going to go for a default, though. They know they have the superior gun advantage, so they're going to play slow. No reason to do anything too crazy. But they are going to swing out. Bob is going to get one immediately. He's still... Yeah, no, he's going to be able to get two. Now KSA taking it to them, but one is going to get traded out. It is a 4v3.
Bob is going to try to push up.
Dre's going to challenge Bob, but right now it's just a battle of the duelists right here. But the spike is over here on the opposite side of the map. It's on A. We might see a 2v2 here as they're going to find him. They don't know Stroud is holding this angle.
Ooh.
He's going to get a nice snipe on low health. Luniverse on just a sliver of health. Really wants to rejoin with his team.
Trying to do something right now. Dre meeting up. Looks like Bob Tickles, the Gecko is pushing up, trying to get that Yoru. He might catch him off.
Oh, Luniverse gets a nice shot with
That
the
was
deagle.
spicy.
Is going to bring it down to a 2v3. Right now, all of KSA is
30
kind of
seconds
split
left.
up. Feel curious. Maybe they just want to let the bomb go down?
With 25 seconds, that could be the case.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just curious. Right now, AAIV, they're taking their time. They got like 15 seconds left. They're in spawn. They really got to go. They're going to push into two ice.
enemy remaining.
That's not where you want to be. That's a Phantom. And they called the play immediately. Whips out the foe to flex on him. AAIV, they got mowed down that round. KSA, just superior gunplay. Spread out. Said, you have to come to us. And they took it.
KSA's really picking up the pace right now. With these 2 wins, we're seeing a huge comeback right now. And I really hope to see that. Shroud over with the op buy.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we saw on Split. Stroud was popping off with the op, and now we're going to see, it looks like AIV are going to stack towards C, so they're going to be pushing into this op, it looks like. Gotta hope they clear this out. This is a really tight angle Stroud is holding right now. Ooh, Trey's going to teleport right up close and try to force him off the angle, and he's going to be successful right now. Lover still going to hold something, but he's going to get pushed off, and now that's all of C. The showstopper is popped by Lamicki. Right now, none of KSA is there. 2 Ice does get tagged, though. That was very scary. Now the bomb is going to go down.
Full control of C. It looks like AIV is gonna, KSA is gonna play for retake. It's gonna be a little hard with the entire team on C.
Yeah, but Bob does have to run it back, and he's going to pop it immediately, swinging out on the site, but he's going to get gunned down. He sees their position, though. He sees where the plant is. Ooh, the op shot didn't hit. Because now, KSA, they're kind of forced to go into these chokes right now. As AIV, they can just play off site. But they're going to get mowed down. Rujin is going to spray and pray, and it's going to be successful on Colin. Luniverse is going to trade one out, but T1 is also going to find the trade. It's a bloodbath as Dr. Dre also is spraying through. Now it's a 3v1. All left up to Shroud, and he's going to try to save this op.
He has to. With this op buy, he wasted all his money. So if he does
They're
die,
hunting him.
if he does die right now, it's not going to be good. They're going to have a op less, and AIV is going to have that op.
Oh, he does find the flick, and he's able to save the op and take a gun out of Dr. Dre's hands. So while you did lose the round, it is 11-5. Dre's hands. But while you did lose the round, you saved the op, live to see another day. Maybe you can try to get something done.
I know. That last KSA loss, I really hope it doesn't really push them down too far. They do have a good chance of winning with that op in their hand still. So I really hope they can just overcome with that op and just get a few more picks. But like I said, they're running it down C again.
Yeah, they do have the Thrash available, so they might try to get a post-plant situation and then use the Thrash while they're all grouped up. Right now, it's just T1 with the Vise, but Vise is the one agent you don't really want to be pushing into, but we are going to see the Dimensional Drift pop. Dr. J is going to try to maybe even catch out T1 here right now. Going to swing onto him, but he's not going to shoot the clone. Flash. Nope, just going to hold the angle with the Judge, and that's going to be the plant down. And now, KSA, they have some utility to work with. Dre is going to hold this really aggressive angle right here. Oh my gosh!
Hit with a Thrasher and 2. Oh, it's a firing squad onto them.
Yeah, now KSA, the Thrash is popped. It's a 3v3. Are they going to be able to get this retake down? Obliterator is going to mow down Shroud. Now it's a 3v2. Yeah, two can get one. Now it's just down to Lamicki. But they don't know where he is. He might find an isolated fight on it. Wow, he's in the air!
No!
But T1's able to get it. And he has plenty of time to defuse. KSA lives to fight another day.
I love it. I hope they can find their op, but I don't think. Oh,
He does. He finds the op. He knows where it is. Now,
Control the space.
keep the op,
Control their choices.
keep a good eco. I thought he almost threw it off the map there. That actually scared me. I almost screamed. But they are going to have a decent eco. They're going to be able to get mostly a full buy. And AAIV, they're going to go for a broken half buy here. So now KSA, they are still pretty far back, but they're in swinging distance. So now we're going to see a timeout taken by AAIV.
Yeah, with KSA getting these wins, I really hope to see some new plays being made because it's working. Right now, it is working. And with that op play with Shroud, I really love how they're playing around him and making sure that Bob Tickles gets those picks, gets onto their side to play retake. I love their play so far.
Yeah, right now I think AAIV really want to just stomp out this flame before it gets started because they do have 2 ults to work with. They have the Resurrection, they have the Omen TP, so they can try to play a little far back, a little slow, try to get picks. If one of them gets picked off, they can get their res, they can rotate around the map. But they also don't really have the guns to work with in some long-range fights. So I'm kind of curious to see what they do. Maybe they just try to get in a death ball and see how it goes. And just straight up run down, try to get some guns out of their hands because a lot of KSA did have to spend some money. So they might be able to possibly break eco and then take multiple consecutive rounds back to back. But I'm really curious to see what's going to happen here.
Here we go with AAIV now.
Time to jump.
We're going to see a death ball here coming into B.
Wall trip.
Rice is going to be very aware of it. He's going to shoot the clone. He's going to be aware of the TP. Behind you!
Oh, Dre gets him off of pants down. What
That
do you do about
it
that?
looked scary for Dre too because he was caught behind the wall and he just said, screw it, I'll teleport. But now it's a 5v4. The player is going to go down as Bob Tickles is not going to be able to win out on the duel versus Lamicki, and Ryujin's going to be able to spray down Colin. So now it's a 5v2. AAIV starting to put the nail in the coffin here is 2 Ice trying to spray through. Does he know that Dre is going to be on top of this wall?
He's looking right now. AAIV might be trying to save that op right now.
Yeah, but how many times can you save the op? I mean, this is going to be match point for AAIV if they do win this round. And they know what that op is. I mean, if they really want to, AAIV could go hunting, but
They are going hunting. They are.
Ryujin's getting a little greedy here as the pure sauce of Ryujin is going to crash the game, but we already know that Lamicki is inevitable, and he's going to be able to take the op out of their hands. And that's just going to be heartbreaking for KSA right there. That's their op. That's most of their eco. Now it's match point. You don't got a lot to work with here. This is going to be very difficult.
Unfortunately for KSA, that op was low-key trying to it was very big on them, but now with that gone, I really hope they can do something with it.
I mean, KSA maybe try to get a pick, try to steal a gun, but I mean, AAIV, they just have the superior gun advantage. They still have those ults to work with now with the chamber ult on top of it, just if he wants to. So now Rice is going to try to get aggressive. Shroud Lover is going to be able to take out Dre. So now it is going to be a 5v4 as 2 Ice. They didn't see him peek under the rubble. And now that's going to be exactly what KSA needed, as it's going to be a 5v2. They have an idea. They hear the shots fired, so they know someone's on A. 2 Ice is taking up a lot of space C, so they have an idea of where this hit is about to be. KSA play to their numbers advantage. They might be able to clutch this out.
I'm really hoping to see some kind of op play right now. we can looking to get that off, seeing the plays. I really hope something happens. Looks like they're trying to save with the op right now.
I mean, AAIV, there's no rush. You don't want to give them an op. You don't want to give them their eco back. But I mean, this is exactly what KSA needed. Dog.
Throws the op
Just to flex
away.
just to flex on him, just to show we can, you know, just to show money spread, and he's gonna go for it. Yeah, so they're gonna call, hey, we actually want to try to close out this round. We want to try to get some guns out of their hand, but we don't want them to get the op, so they throw it out of the map. Really smart play. Now they're gonna go for this, but now KSA, they're wise to it. They're starting to rotate. Knives are out for Shroud. Could he get something done here? He's gonna be able to find Obliterator. He's not gonna be able to find Ryujin, but T1 is gonna be able to take out Ryujin. So there is going to be another round for KSA, but they are, importantly, AAIV is not going to let KSA get a free op off of that one. But now KSA, they are within swinging distance. They need to get 6 rounds back to back to back, or just 5 to send it into overtime. But it's a tall order against this AAIV comp. He's been showing a lot of malice, a lot of aggression, and they still have those really dangerous ults to work with.
Yeah, and with KSA with
Right
a
then.
better gun
Let's go kill them.
comp, I'm really hoping to see some kind of climb that KSA have. With this last
want to
struggle, I
play?
really hope to
Let's
see
play.
KSA just be able to just pull something off real quick. Looks like they're pushing onto A with a very strong push right now.
Yeah, I mean, they still have the spike in spawn, so it looks like they're going to try to go for some type of a default. KSA, they're going to try to overload a little bit onto C. The Steel Garden is available for the Vise as well, so that will be really devastating if they do call a hard push from AAIV, but they're not going to do that. They're just going to play slow, take up space. Dre J is spamming through boxes, trying to get a free kill if someone's holding a greedy angle, but not going to find it. Now,
Seems like slowly committing to A right now with the Sage with the spike. We see Yoru still on B trying to grab their attention, but
yeah, but there's pings coming out onto connectors, so I think KSA is aware of this. AIV, they're just slowly stacking up, seeing if anyone's going to get greedy, seeing if anyone's going to push out, but they're not going to. Now Ryujin just holding that angle, holding long. We're going to see something explosive here soon. As the Mickey's going to get the first pick, that's probably going to call it out. As now everyone's starting to push onto site. T1 is going up rope. He's able to get out with a sliver of health. And maybe that's the Steel Garden left for them. Maybe they can get a good retake, and he's going to pop it right now. Now that's going to push a lot of KSA offsite, but KSA is able to get Ryujin down. So it's a 4v3. Not exactly where you want to be. Now Primaries come back out for AAIV. Luniverse takes out T1. Stroud gets a trade, but Luniverse, they can't touch him. Is he going to be able to get this last one? It's all down to Stroud. It's a 1v3. His team's hopes are in his hands. Is he going to be able to do it? He can't find the kill, and he's just going to swing out, and Luna's going to close it out. That's a 13-7. AAIV are going to take it away and stomp out the underdog's hopes.